I didn't know. That was where my mind went. Chris in New Jersey has some help for me. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Sam.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, first, I just found out the other day. I know you're a big wrestlehead. Well, first off, I have a beef with Travis. I've sent him like 6 DMs and he hasn't answered me.
That one's my bad.
Yeah, if you guys are out there, Travis does have his DMs open on Twitter.
Yeah.
So if you want to let Travis know really anything, what you think of his performance on the air, or just what you're doing with your day.
You know, all my real conversations now get lost in all of these DMs.
Did it help on your birthday when we sent out the? Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, hit up Travis Teft on Twitter, but make sure it's not an @ mention. It's a nice, intimate DM.
Yep.
Yeah.
I send him pictures of my dog all the time, and I figured, one fellow dog to another, he should answer.
Somebody sent me a screenshot of a DM that they had with Travis. They got him so good. It was some kind of Disney ticket or something. He was like, "Hey, Travis, I have some kind of Disney pass or something like that. Do you want it?" And Travis,
I think it was a video game.
A video game. Okay, yeah.
I remember this guy. Yeah.
I got a pass to some video game. Do you want it? And Travis responded to him. He goes like this: "Are you sure you don't want to use it?" And he goes, "Nope, here it is." And he just sends him a picture of a big black dick.
Got you good. I remember that guy.
Nailed him. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Yeah.
So, do you remember, Sam, a wrestler named Julio Gennaro?
Sure.
I work with that guy, and he's just like an old white guy. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
But, so as far as couple cold remedies, one, smiles and laughter help.
Okay, that's what I'm going to try to deliver today.
Watch Glide by JD and the Straight Shot on repeat.
Okay.
And then the other remedy that my grandmother taught me was
if you
just wear a diaper and go to the bathroom in a diaper for a day. It clears out the toxins in your body and it resets your body. So try wearing a diaper and just pissing and shitting in it for a day.
Okay, maybe I'll do. Thank you very much, Chris. That's probably right. Maybe if I do Chris's theory of the diaper and Shane's theory of the Vicks Vapo Rub in the urethra, it'll kind of be the best of both worlds, and I just take care of everything that way.
All your bases are covered.
Right, and then, I'll just say, Jess, Daddy needs a changing. And she'll go, oh, there's like piss and shit and Vapo Rub in this diaper. Like, I go, yeah, well, I'm not sick though, right? She'll go, that's true. Enjoy your weekend.
It works.
Have a good one. You know who's having a more rough time than me, trying to combat all this disease and sabotage, is poor Joe Biden.
Oh,
Joe Biden cannot catch a break to save his life. There's more accusers. And this truly is Me Too run amok. When they say more accusers, I heard Joe Biden's quote-unquote accusers being described on the radio this morning on the news station, not even an opinion, on the news station as telling their story. Usually when you hear somebody is telling their story, it's something so courageous. You know what I mean? It's something so like, oh my God, I can't believe finally they're opening up and they're telling their story.
Speaking their truth.
Exactly. Truth to power. Joe Biden put his hands on my shoulders. Okay, I guess. Yeah, I can see where that would be uncomfortable. It says 3 more women. 3 more women. Which brings the total, I think, to 7. 7 women have now come forward. And they've all accused Joe Biden of inappropriate touching. Now, when you say inappropriate touching, and maybe this is me showing my age, I was always under the impression that inappropriate touching was bathing suit area. That's what they would say, right? The bathing suit area was the inappropriate area. For these accusers, nobody is accusing Joe Biden of touching the bathing suit area that I've seen so far. It's all just sort of uncomfortable shoulder rubs and Eskimo kisses. 3 more women have come forward with accounts of inappropriate touching involving former Vice President Joe Biden. By the way, we don't need all these women to come forward. We've all seen the videos.
There's compilations.
Yeah, they're all out there. Nobody is sitting there going, I can't believe it. This is news to me. I can't believe this is, and this really tells you where we're at with the news media, that the news is acting like these are news stories. That Joe Biden hasn't even announced, by the way, that he's running for president. He's thinking about running for president. And these women are coming forward to announce that the things that we saw on video years ago happened, even though we all saw them and know that. And the news is going, hey, did you hear about this? And you're like, yeah, when it happened, I saw it. We were all like, oh, that's weird, and moved on. but not anymore. It says the three women told the Washington Post stories similar to those of four other women who have described unwanted touching. In 2016, one of the women who was 50, one of 51 sexual assault victims who appeared on stage, blah, 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 says, okay, so this woman, she's on stage with Lady Gaga at the Oscars. Biden introduced her, and after the performance, she met with him and shared her story about a sexual assault victim who committed suicide. According to the report, Biden responded by holding her hands and placing his forehead on hers. Yeah. This is an actual sexual assault victim, she's saying, right? She was actually sexually assaulted and is still deciding that this guy who was just a little too nice, I'm now going to come forward and say, yeah, he held my hands. I've heard some of the women saying it was a beat too long. A beat too long is where we're at.
I mean, you can clearly see that in the videos.
I guess.
How come nobody brings up all these compilation videos? There's a lot of little kids, and he's kissing little kids and smelling their hair and stuff. Why does that not
You're in
come
support
up?
of that, though, right, Troy?
No.
Well, soon it will be normalized if Troy gets his way.
Well, you wait. 50 years.
I don't think that's the proper response.
Yeah, you see, I'm right on this one.
No, you guys are seeing the tweets that we get where it shows shit like this happening. I see you guys tagged on those.
You're right. I'm just checking all my app mentions. Every single one of them. I got to see what the pulse is. I got to find out. What are the folks talking about? It says here, the encounter was snapped in a photograph, which was widely shared. But if you're a sexual assault victim and the vice president is just kind of holding your hands and putting his forehead on yours, I mean, you could sit there and go, this is a little awkward. But it doesn't really move forward from a little bit awkward, does it? It's awkward. It's weird.
You're kind of violating somebody's space.
Are you?
I mean, you can't do that. You know that. You can't walk around the halls here and, even if somebody's upset.
My forehead is so big, I can barely help but to touch people with it. Every time I turn around, somebody's getting hit with this massive thing. But that's not, you're right. Joe Biden doesn't have that type of a problem.
No.
That's my issue.
Yeah.
But I don't hold people's hands like that.
Or touch their hair.
No, I don't touch people's hairs. A former White House intern, and this is where we're at. Look, it used to be a former White House intern was coming forward because the president's jizz was on her dress. Okay, that's the bar that's been set.
Yeah.
A former intern came forward. We found out the president's semen was on her dress, and the world came out and made fun of her. That's what happened with the Clinton Lewinsky thing. You saw the A&E thing. It reminded all of us. Lewinsky comes forward as an intern. She gets secretly recorded. So she didn't even really confess to this. Right. She gets secretly recorded. She's forced to tell the world the president's jizz is on your dress. Also, the DNA from the insides of your body are on his cigar. We'll leave it at that. We'll keep it classy. And she's the one who gets made fun of. We now go, 20, 25 years into the future? And this is the story coming from the White House interns. She described as similar actions, not to what I just said, to what the woman said with the forehead and the holding hands, by the vice president during an encounter when she was walking out of the basement of the West Wing. Biden walked over to her to shake her hand. He then put his hand on the back of my head, and pressed his forehead to my forehead while he talked to me. Like, that's just a guy who doesn't quite understand social mores, I think. That's very different from, you guys are going to need this dress? Why? Because the president's jizz is on it. When you see the vice president grab me by the back of the head and you're going, oh, no, placed his forehead on mine and talked to me. It's like, seems like a little weird.
It's very weird.
It's not as bad as what else you could do. What were you if you heard somebody in power in the Me Too era that we're living in? Somebody in power put their hands on the back of an intern's head. Where do you think that's going?
Yeah,
a lot worse than forehead to forehead contact. Forehead to another kind of head contact is where I thought it was going. A third person in 2008, a former Democratic staffer who now works for a nonprofit group that fights sexual harassment, told the Washington Post that Biden held her for a beat too long at a reception that she was helping to set up. Do you really think that that's a story that is worth telling? That you got to come forward? You know what? Now that everybody's telling their stories, I need to come to the newspaper and say, one time he held me for a beat too long. Or is that more, that feels a little anecdotal, no?
And then what happened? Nothing.
Not yet, that's the end. A beat too long at a reception she was helping to set up. A beat too long.
You just can't do that.
Hold somebody for a beat too long?
Yeah.
I mean, I
mean, you understand guys are fucking creeps. Like, guys are animals inside, and you have to, like, control it. He can't control this.
I don't think he's being a creep.
He's being a weirdo.
Yeah, he's being a weirdo, but I don't think he knows it. I don't think there's anything sexual about it.
I can't believe we've played the compilation videos here of him smelling little kids and kids moving away because he's trying to kiss them.
He's a weirdo.
We've seen that. You guys have seen that.
Yeah, but he's just a weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, but
there's a difference between being a weirdo and a creep.
Yeah, but you're trying to kiss little kids and they're obviously moving out of the way. You know,
Travis.
Oh boy, got that one.
I saw him. I saw you.
Saw my mouth say, "Mark that."
Yeah, mark that. But that's what they're saying, right? They're not sitting there going, "I just want some forehead contact." If you're really a pedophile creep, you're not just looking for forehead contact from a 51-year-old woman.
I don't think Biden's a pedophile. I just think, sometimes guys are creepy. And,
it's being opened up. Oh, that wouldn't be good, would it?
Nope. No, sir.
This is a good question. Derek in Alabama.
Yeah, I've known guys like this that, are creepers or weirdos, but I've also known guys like this that do the same thing with guys, where it's like that with everybody. They're not really weird about it. It's just, could make a distinction.
Yeah, but there's no video of him being as creepy with guys, or as weird with guys, whatever word you want to use, creepy with guys as with women. Like, it's definitely something with women. But there's also, it's one of those, like, there's something paternal about it as well. Creepy paternal, weird paternal, but paternal, in the sense that he's not following up with any of these women. He's not calling them later. He's not sitting there pulling R. Kelly moves where he's trying to get the phone number to bring them over and to continue on.
He's not asking about passports?
He's not asking for passports. He doesn't even care if these women have their shots.
That's a good point.
Which, based on the bar that's been set for men, pretty good. Pretty good that he's not asking about passports or shots. But, he's just walking around trying to get some forehead contact, hand squeeze, shoulder rub, hair sniff, and then he's out the door.